Hello guys, welcome back to another Car Talk. In today's Car Talk, what I wanted to do was talk about something more my age approach, a problem that exists around my age pretty commonly. And that's what you want to do when you grow up. The age-old saying that you hear when you talk to old relatives that you don't really know, or really any adult, that's always going to be first 5 to 10 questions they're going to ask you. And it's a scary thought, you know? I still don't know what I want to do. I'm winging it. I'm fucking winging it. Which is okay. We'll go back to it, but it's okay to wing it. But it's a very pressured thought, you know? Kids are almost like expected to know what they want to do at a young age, and can be very scary because a lot of us don't know, truly. And I'm just gonna talk about it. So if you're in high school, what I think you should use, your high school years, use it to try out anything if your school allows it, because some schools, they'll have programs. I know mine did. Mine had programs where if you wanted to go into some sort of health field, they'll introduce you into the area, into that, field. You want to go into a nursing or something like that. Or my school also offered a BOCES program if you wanted to get into any trades like machining, carpentry, mechanics, really any trade, or even stuff like criminal justice, nursing, cosmetology, stuff like that. If your school offers those programs, do them. Talk to your counselor to see if they offer some sort of thing. But if you're, just try it. At the end of the day, if you find out you don't like it, then at least you now know, all right, let's not even look into that field because I already know I don't like it. It's not for me. So use your high school years like that. If you're around already close to graduating high school or graduated high school and just haven't gone to college yet, as far as my thoughts about college, now, do I think it's necessary? No, not at all. I think most of the degrees that are in college are really not going to be that useful to you finding a career. Some of them do. A lot of them, I argue, not. Now, pros and cons with college. Obviously, it's more schooling. So if you already hate school, you won't like college. But as well as it can be expensive, you're most likely going to go into student loan debt. Hopefully, you could get a scholarship. Definitely try. You might as well just try. At the end of the day, worst comes to worst, you'll just get denied. But try to go for any scholarships, because they'll save you a lot financially in the long run. As well as colleges can help you in the terms of they can connect you with internships, as well as teach you about a field that you would like. But you could sort of treat college the same way, not so much in high school, but you do have a little flexibility on changing your majors and all that. Try something that you might be interested in. And if you're realizing early on that you're not liking it, I would say for college, then change majors as quickly as possible to not waste time and just spending more and going into more debt. If you're not going down the college route, which is completely fine, I am not going to college, and I'm pretty confident in my ability that I will be successful. There's other ways to become successful without going to college. Obviously, the internet is one thing. I wouldn't really rely on social media. Use it as a hobby. If you want to be like a YouTuber or an influencer or something social media related, do it as a hobby. If it turns into like a money-making career, cool, then go into it. But other than that, treat it as a hobby. Now, as far as fields that you could go to, one, just do your research. Besides college, there's so many online courses that you can take, apprenticeships that you could take, internships that you could take for stuff that you're interested in, or might be interested in, or is a solid field. For example, as far as something to consider is the real estate field, as far as why it is a field that time and time again is a solid career option. I wouldn't necessarily say so far as an agent, but one thing that I learned about studying real estate so far, and because I want to become a property manager, learning all that stuff showed me how many other jobs and specialties that are in real estate that you could go into. So I would consider taking if you're really just stuck, I would consider taking a real estate course. They're not too expensive. I only pay $200 for mine, and it'll at least open your eyes to more career fields that you could possibly go into, that you wouldn't have known about if you didn't take the course. So check out online courses. There's also trades. If hopefully your school has a BOCES program that you could find out pretty early on if a trade is for you. But trade school is always a solid option if you're not going to college. That's always, time and time, it's always been a solid field to get into. Not the most pleasant for me. I personally could not do the construction field and the trades field. Hats off to tradesmen. You guys run the world. Truly society would crumble without you guys. But if that's something you might consider, definitely do it. Trade schools are not as expensive as colleges. As well as obvious, as you could also do, apply to other places. Sales is always an option if you're good at talking and if you're good at taking care of customers. Sales is always something you can get into. How I found T-Mobile was literally just going inside and asking if they're hiring. That is one way to do it. And finding big companies like that are solid because of the fact that a lot of them mostly would have good benefits, good 401k. You can climb the corporate ladder. Is it the most fun? No, I'm not interested in doing that at all. That's why I want to go into, real estate, more property management stuff. That's what I find interesting in studying to become. But if, for example, one thing you can also consider, maybe go into, let's say I'm just going to use an example, but you could use this for really anything else. I'm going to say real estate because I plan on going into real estate. Let's say you want to go into real estate, but you're not too sure about if you'll like the field or not. Go into it as maybe the assistant to the real estate salesman. Those jobs exist where you could be a real estate assistant or hop on a real estate team and be a part of the team. And if you're around that field, even a secretary, as long as you're in the field, what it'll do, maybe not the job itself, obviously a secretary is not going to teach you how to be a real estate salesman, but one, it'll help you network, and two, it'll at least get you familiar with the field, with the terminology and how it operates, and if it will be something that you see yourself go into. So even do stuff like that, Really going, and you could use that example for really any field, anything art related to trade related. It doesn't matter, but try that. Just get yourself in the door. Networking is huge in the world. Really, it is truly who you know, not what you know, to a certain extent. Yeah, that's stuff to consider. As far as feeling pressured from your parents, I knew somewhat what that's like. As far as how my family operates, my family has wanted me to do the straight arrow thing, what? Okay, my mom texted me. I was reading a thing. My family wanted me to go to college, and my uncles wanted me to be a lawyer, which I get, but I don't want to be a lawyer. That's not something I want to do. And it could feel pressured at times, and it's stressful. What you need to remember, you need to be, at the end of the day, it's your life, and you don't want to mess up your life trying to make your parents proud or family proud, or try to impress them, or you know what I mean? Just, you got to live your life. If I had this discussion with college with my mom a lot, because my mom really wanted me to go to college, and I told her a bunch of times, I'm not going to go to college, and it felt very pressured at the time. But I am extremely happy that I decided not to go to college and saved myself, one, a lot of money, but two, it's a waste of time for me. If I already knew that I didn't want to go into it, it would be a huge waste of time. And that's something too that you have to consider. I'm just use college as an example because it's most common, but you can use it again for many situations. If you're going to college not wanting to go, but going just to make your parents happy, you're gonna waste a lot of time, because college, it's also not the most productive environment, surprisingly. Because you think about it, it's college. What really is more known about college is the partying, which happens a lot, every college parties, and it's okay to party. Definitely, though, going out every weekend to party is a huge waste of time. There's, you obviously want to have some fun. I will never say that, but I'm just saying this because it can feel peer pressured, to go party. And one, please don't fall for peer pressure. At the end of the day, you may not see these people again as far as once you graduate out of college. So it would be really unfortunate if you got an addiction and then you never see the people who peer pressure you to go do the addiction in the first place. But we're getting off topic. You got to stick to your guns. Stick to what you want to do. If you don't want to go to college, unfortunately, your parents are going to have to suck it up. At the end of the day, it's your life. You make your decisions. That's what I would have to say for that. But I hope that whoever's watching this, if you are going through that issue, hope you get through it. We're pushing through together. I also don't know what I'm going to do. Right now, real estate is my choice. I want to go into property management. I've always wanted to sort of go into real estate. It was always one of my backup options. And it is something that I do envision myself as far as opening a business in. So, there's that. But truly, I don't know. we can't see the future. Interests change, and that's okay if your interests change. My interest in stuff changes every year. Every 6 months, I'm, interested in something else. That's all right. Don't, stress too much out. Don't stress too much about it. But that's where I'll end this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.